Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO The Hobbit. So we're making good progress, although a little bit slow. Our next level should be over here, the Necromancer, at least that's what I'm going to say. So we need to get 5 mini kits, 1 item, and the design in the first section. 4 mini kits, 2 items in the second section, and then 1 item in the third section. So that's good. I also need to turn on the extras again. We have all of that, so
The abandoned fortress of Dol Guldur was clearly
we have score
home
times
to a sinister
2 and 4.
and great mystery.
We're
Though
trying to
it
get up to
sat silent
4.5
in the
million
mist,
studs
wizards feared
to
a
get
powerful
score times
enemy
6.
lurked within.
There's still a decent amount of money we need to spend.
The Hill of Sorcery.
It looks completely abandoned.
A spell of concealment lies over this place. Which means our enemy has not regained his full strength.
So are they indicating that vines or this,
It's undoubtedly a trap.
like the vines are the spell of concealment? Interesting that it changed immediately to different characters. I guess that always happens in free play. So we have the Mythal indicator. We can turn Super Slap and Follow Rescue on. Mythal Brick Detector, attract loot, double loot. Treasure items on. And we don't want always loot immobile items. So yeah, we can see there's quite a lot to get here. This is quite the jump puzzle here. I have never seen angles this strangely off. Like, how do I even get down? Let's see. Pull out the bow and shoot that. That's one of those. And I'm looking at all the other arrows, just in case. So we're looking for several elements here. Master Burglar being one of them. That's part of the design, I think. Hit this. Hit this. Thought I targeted that. Apparently not. We'll move a little bit over here. So it looks like everything else is here. We should use the Morgul blade too. Let's see. Instead of doing that, let's just switch to this guy, since he can do the same thing. Okay, so he can't actually get that. I need that purple stud. 80,000 studs sounds really nice to me. Pull this down. Man, that sure seemed to take its sweet time. Let's see. My mirroring, my magnet attract loot, not working well enough. So I'm not sure how you would get up there. Like this. Yeah, it's like I feel like I could make it, but the game's not allowing me to make it because of the darkness. So I would probably have to use the mithril boots to gain elven jump as someone who is also lighting up the area. So not really worth the effort. it's seriously unlikely we would possibly not make at least enough studs to purchase everything in the game. If it takes me some extra playing off screen after I end this series to get to 10 billion and do some other achievements, like I still haven't done the achievement where I play as a second player character, so I could probably do that. Like at the end of this level, if I'm certain, or about to end. I could also just start that. Of course, it's always a little bit of a fuss to figure out the keys playing on a PC with just one controller. I have to figure out what keyboard keys, and it's usually it was the number pad last time. I'm not even gonna say it's usually, because I really don't know. See, we're up to 90,000. We need a couple million, though. That's an interesting design there of having a broken thing turn into a hop pad. That's just, it should have been used a lot in other Lego games. I've just not seen it. So I'm recording this right now 1 week before E3 and listening to people speculate about what would be announced at E3. And one announcement as far as Legos is Lego's Dimensions Season 2 might be announced, and certainly possible. We already know that Lego Star Wars The Force Unleashed is ready to go. It's got a release date and everything, and it's coming out pretty soon. So it may already be out by the time you see this video. It is a slightly scary thought that maybe Lego Dimensions takes over and there are no new Lego games. But you can either be afraid of that, or you could say maybe it's an opportunity where everything just gets labeled Lego Dimensions and you then can remake every game. It would be a slightly easier pill to swallow if they came out with Lego Dimensions The Lord of the Rings and it was a good game, and then for them just to say we've completely remade Lego Dimensions Lord of the Rings, and they've just remade Lego Lord of the Rings without the dimensions in the name, and it's better, but now we have to admit and remind you that the first time we made this game it wasn't good. You can kind of dance around that concept a little bit if you sneak it in there, because let's face it, they wouldn't remake this game first. They would remake Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, their first Lego game that was branded with something. I think they had maybe a couple of other Lego games before then. Let's see. And I can't turn into these big guys, so I need my other character over here to hop up here. Or maybe make a platform right here. Yeah. Of course, the problem with doing a Lego Dimensions versions of every game up to this point is then the game has to be using the portal power at least a little bit, and it probably has to also, in the minds of the creators, really focus on having different characters in the game. It's gonna be really difficult to move backwards and say, we're gonna make a LEGO Dimensions Star Wars the complete saga, or the original saga, which I don't even know what you call it now that we have episode 7 out. You have the original trilogy, the prequel, and if you want to put those two together, I don't know if you call that the original saga or what. I guess Star Wars fans will have to figure that one out themselves. But if you had that game in LEGO Dimensions, the only thing I think you could do to back away from having multiple characters, because in LEGO Dimensions 1, your default characters are wild style Batman, and I believe Gandalf. So I mean, he's already in the game as one of the default characters, and so you would have to back away from that, and then have the default characters on a Star Wars original saga be like Anakin, maybe C-3PO or R2-D2 probably, and Darth Vader, maybe? I don't know. It probably, the way the game started without the LEGO Dimensions, your first couple people were Anakin and I think his master, who I don't even, Qui-Gon Jinn, I think. I'm showing my ignorance here. And those characters wouldn't even be the most interesting characters, so you'd probably have to get like 6 minifigs for buying just that game. And it would probably be somewhere close to it. It could almost be the same game. You could almost get away with that. The same game, only difference is now you have to actually switch the characters around to swap instead of hold down Y. Yeah, I think that probably suit them really well if they just took the same game and remastered the graphics. It'd be lazy, certainly, but it might save them more effort and stop them from making a mistake some other way. If they were gonna go full out and try and rebuild the game with all new levels and all maybe new animations. Maybe you don't need to change the animations. Yeah, it's such a weird thought, and it's such a dangerous thought that they, as long as they can make new LEGO games, which they may start to run out of options there. New area, good. But until they've completely run out of ideas. So I'm seeing this picture in the background, and I'm trying to see what they want here. It's red, green, blue. So this one should be it. So then one more there. Little drummer boy. We get scepter. I assume we're doing correct here. So there was 6 characters here and 7 here. So no, there was 3 over there, wasn't there? 1, 2, 3 plus that makes 7 in total. 8 in the middle, if you include that one. And so that's almost the 9. I see how many flames there. 7, 8, 9. 9 flames. One assumes this is the 9 ring race, but he may have given 7 rings to the 7 dwarves. No, that doesn't sound right. I think 12 were given to the dwarves. The numbers make no sense. It's not even equal. It's like, wouldn't the humans and the elves and the dwarves all be really demanding that all of them are the same? I mean, is it some weird system where some rings are actually not as strong as the other rings to keep it balanced? It's a little bit of a conundrum. We gotta build this. So I'm excited for E3, as you can probably tell, and I'd like to see what they're gonna do with the LEGO series. Maybe just slow down a little bit. Maybe take some time. After seeing this buggy, broken game, that very well might be what's necessary. It probably is what's necessary. It's just like hold back a little bit. Take. Here. Switch to this guy since he already has the bow. Nothing in there but studs, alright. There's still a lot of series that they could do that aren't particularly licenses of Warner Brothers and WB Games, so if they can expand a little bit that direction. Look, I'm falling through the floor. That would be helpful. Yeah, you really would need the indicator there. That... I doubt I would have ever found it had I not had an arrow pointing me in the direction. Oops. What am I missing? I'm missing one more item in the last section. Pull this. So we're just fighting this guy? See, my fear is I'm gonna finish the level fighting this guy, but that can't be the case. There must be something. Unless I missed an item somewhere else. But I don't understand how that could be the case either. How I got loot just then, I'm not sure. Hitting the wrong buttons like crazy here, and it still doesn't really matter. Gotta love kids games. Just hit any button, it doesn't matter. No loose scenario. But honestly, in cutscenes like this, which this is basically just quick time events in a cutscene, do you want a fail scenario? Do you want the animation to look wrong or bad? Do you want to be told you can't even do something kind of simple? Or usually you're doing something cool, but to do that single cool thing, you often do need to... this makes no sense. How am I supposed to get an object and pick it up if I'm running. Oh yeah, it just runs us through this section into the next fight to break up the fact that there's two fights going on here. Ah, now I remember. So I need to just come over here and find a character that can dig, which I believe this guy can dig. Like, you know... Just pick up the dumb rock. There's like a rock. This is awful. Like, there's just a rock here. We've got this rock. What are we supposed to do with this rock? It says throw it at the skeleton way up there. So it's not, you can't shoot it. You gotta pick up this rock and then throw the rock. Get away, leave me alone. Where's the other guy, by the way? Oh, this is the worst place ever. Like, I see the X prompt. I see the X prompt. Let's see. I guess maybe hit this? Wow. I did have to get it. Just target it. Alright, fine, whatever. Get that item. And frankly, we know how the rest of this fight goes, so I don't see a real reason to do this. Instead, what I'm going to do is hit a key here. Press F2 to start second player. And then quit to Middle Earth, save and exit. That way we can get the achievement for playing as two characters, hopefully. Of course, now I'm going to have to figure out how to drop out as that character. So we're up to 1 million, again. How many times have we been up to 1 million? It's quite a lot. Quite a few. We got the Master Thief, of course. 500,000 studs is probably more than enough to get Master Burglar on everything. Personally, should have been Master Thief, not Master Burglar, in my opinion. Burglar is quite a long way of saying that. We finally have the Morgul Blade in actuality. So if I hadn't bought the DLC, this would have been the first instance in which I could have collected probably a dozen or so of items that were hidden in darkness. What is this? Gonna be a hot dog? Really? Or an eye? It's like an eye of Sauron. Alright, pretty cool. Notice with the score times 4 and the score times 2 both on, I got about 400,000 studs right there for that alone. And now I have, I would say, probably enough to make 3 more mithril items. So that should be worth an effort too. Let's go and skip. So now I have to do this, hit enter on the number pad, hit highlight drop out, and hit that, so that I am back to that. You don't want to sit there and watch me struggle with the game with two characters on. So it makes a decent amount of sense to travel here. Hey, there's a new quest here too. Travel to Bree. Will it be nighttime or daytime? It looks like it will be nighttime again. We're kind of a little bit one way and a little bit the other way as far as whether we should play in daytime or not. There's arguments for both. Mostly we just need to continue down the road, making as much progress as possible.
I hear item designs can be found all over the earth.
I don't mind the forging aspect of this game. I do mind having to actually walk to this place.
Like this, I wish you could take my beard off.
Mithril multi-bow. I believe that's might be a score times 8 right there.
Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured.
I would hope if you didn't perfectly forge these, you could reforge them and it would just cost you some resources or give you back the mithril bricks. Obviously, you're going to have only enough mithril bricks to have each item forged once. So if you screwed up, that might be your entire game as far as that achievement. That would really suck for a kid to get every single achievement except for one.
I got the forging.
Let's see. We'll do the mithril stud spade, since we know that's one somebody wants.
Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured.
I really don't think that insurance would be a thing that existed in Middle-earth. Insurance is, let me put it bluntly, insurance is a scam. It is gambling, it is a bet. Give me money now,
I won't ask what
so if something bad happens, we'll give you money later or fix something that's broken later. But in the long run, we won't ever spend as much money fixing it as what
I got the forging.
As what we get off the top of that. And you know that's the case because insurance companies are profitable. Except for when they aren't, and that's
with the furnace, eh?
what often happens is if you have like insurance on a house or something, and then if a tornado or a flood destroys all the houses in the area, well, that local insurance company will just go out of business, and then your insurance isn't what the paper is printed on. So the one time in which the insurance company might not be profitable, they just go bankrupt, and then they've still been able to collect all those in monthly bills just fine. The best insurance you can do for yourself is simply save money, which is very difficult for people, and be prepared for the worst.
It's been 3 days since my cousin went on that fool expedition down a rabbit hole. I'm starting to wonder if he's decided to move in. He's probably fine, but, well, you guided him down there, so the least you could do is go and check he's alright and bring him home.
Okay. So we're finding a guy. Oh, this is so slow. Here is also one to turn in. And here's a guy to... Let's see, can I do both quests? I don't think I can. Let's get this done. I don't think I can start a new quest, but I think I can do simplistic things like heal somebody with Radagast and get the mithril brick while we're here. One more mithril brick. So down this doorway, I guess.
Help! Things have got a bit hairy down.
Okay, this was the heads rolling, and there's a character inside of it. Maybe I shouldn't have destroyed the flags, but then I still don't know if I could have gotten a hold one. The heads roll like you're supposed to play golf here, but the holes are too small for a kid's game. They should be a lot bigger. Let's start by getting rid of all these guys.
Help! Things have got a bit hairy down here.
Thanks for the help. Lead the way, friend.
If that character that we're supposed to purchase isn't here, he might be just on top of the mountain. I should take a moment to decide whether it would be better to be in daytime. Going the Bree particular seems to always make it nighttime, but I'm not sure.
There you are. Goodness me. Those must have been some ferocious rabbits. Look at the state of you. I owe you my thanks, friend. Please, take these.
Another mithril brick down. So, one assumes what the deal is, that every time I finish one of these continuous threads and then walk away and then walk back, it gives me a red question mark, which means some of the red bricks were not immediately accessible. Now, none of the white question marks have felt like you needed a particular character.
Oh, you've returned! And with the mithril beanstalk, no less. Marvellous. I'm not entirely sure if there's anyone I particularly want to turn into a plant, especially now I've been told the effect is only temporary. But if I ever do, I'll be prepared.
And so what's this? Studs times 8. So we need 10 million for studs times 8. It's good to know where it is, however. Let's go up here. Every little bit helps. There's the barrow white, whatever. It's a little bit of a shame that you can't get from the map a marker that tells you what in the world is this? This really feels like we're trying to get a pig in the hole, but I don't see a pig. So we walk through here, let's see where this leads us. I hear what sounds like a pig. So maybe I'm gonna make a path where a pig is gonna walk out of some area. It is a pig, okay. So we're trying to manipulate this pig into okay, there's 3 of them I need to get. It's good to know. I need somebody that can dig over here, I guess. Can dig up soil, you can do that. Up this way to twist this. Interesting. I thought twisting that would have lowered the floor. But no. I guess it doesn't matter though, I can just jump this guy off this way. And then we go. Maybe there's a jump I can make here? Let's see, let's switch to Legolas and see if we can make this jump. I guess it was easier than it looked. Okay. Notice the golf clubs here. Cool enough. So instead of doing the golf theme, which they were linking to, they made us put pigs in a hole, or a pig pen. Fair enough, I suppose. Like I was saying before, it didn't seem like the hole was big enough. What I would have suggested is maybe building a gigantic ball and having a gigantic hole, or like manipulating it so that a gigantic ball fell from this screen, just made out of Legos, white Lego pieces. This guy, we can purchase him, and is there more here? Equip yourself with this to dig. There we go. I'm trying to look at the map though, that's what I need to really look at. Let's go check this mouthy mallet, because that would be useful. We've also got some other things that we could turn in. A lot of things that looks like what are all these white triangles? Why are we seeing white triangles everywhere? It's because we're in the cave, yeah, that's why. What that's supposed to mean, I don't know. Maybe if I see a white triangle and I'm not in a cave, then I know it is in a cave, and vice versa. I suppose that would be slightly useful. Of course, the question is, can I get this thing to come over to my side? I don't think you can. Like, let's try this. Like, you can't even hit the bell from that side. And there's no bell on this side. So, yeah, there's no solution there. That's a one-way trip. Guess I can still, if I choose, always one would hope this section is unlocked permanently, but it's not. Well, I got what I needed out of it, so I'm not too concerned about that. It should be unlocked permanently, though. That makes way more sense. Still very short on studs. The constant needing of, let's see, of more loot and more studs to purchase loot. Like, there's nobody here. Unless I'm supposed to destroy this and that somehow unlocks the red question mark. We could have an issue here where there's simply something not available. Let's talk to this girl.
My husband has this unusual interest in exotic weapons and insists on obtaining a sinister sword found in Dol Guldur. Anything
Think I
from
have
such an
that.
evil place must be bad news. I'd
Yep,
ask that you bring this Morgul blade to me first, so I can keep it hidden. Oh, is that the Morgul blade? Wonderful. I'll keep it in the bathtub. No danger of my husband ever looking there. Thank you.
Alright. Let's move on to this. And, well, let's go get Bane too. Yep. Too much of that going on. Yep. Let's see. Hopefully this guy is available for purchase at night. Yep. One more character. It's Bane, the guy who broke Batman's back. No, that's B-A-N-E. More and more as we clean up areas and have nothing to collect, we're wandering around. Our stud magnets and all of that, slightly helpful, but if you're not even walking a path, you're barely gonna pick up a few studs. Let's see, this way. Here you are.
That's chicken talk for thank you for this wondrous garment. Take this funny egg I may or may not have laid as a reward, and come visit me again when I've become one with the chickens.
Crazy lady. Crazy chicken lady. Alright. But as we can see, there's already another quest. I may have to walk into an area and walk out. Let's see, where's the door to something? Where was that door? Here we go. Nothing in here. Walk back out. It may also be that I need to be in daytime. Nope.
Oh, I give up. It seems nothing I do will earn me the acceptance of these elitist chickens. Even with the hat you found me, and the bark, I still fail. To what lengths must a person go to become a chicken? I was so sure before, but now, I'm not sure it's even possible.
So, full chicken design necessary. Alright. so we know what that is. Good. Let's set this next one and run towards it. Which way? As I jump over fences, the pathfinding gets a little confused. Let's see. Where is it? In this cave? Need somebody that can start a fire? Let's find somebody that can do that. I believe this one. But see, if my theory is correct and this is actually inside this cave, then there should be a triangle over that mithril brick, and there isn't. And so it is a weird system they've created here, where it just puts triangles over things when you're in a cave and doesn't when you're not. Fortunately, this seems like this is a pretty easy one to get. Not surprising since we are close to the beginning of the world. Let's move on now to this guy, and then we can run back and change it to daytime, I suppose. Am I going the right direction? Which way? Which way? Guide me. I am here, so I am going the wrong direction. Is this it? No. It's this way. Rolling hills. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain how you would put more Legos in these hills. You could make the fences out of Legos. You can have some more of the rocks be out of Legos. That makes a little bit of sense. But as far as the actual grass and trees and stuff, there's really only so far you can go before you start making everything out of Legos, and then the game looks a little too strange by our current standards of Lego games. Let's see, belly bounce. This is the guy we need. How much food does he want? Oh, I should have enough, but I could be a little low. I do have enough, but I was a little low. Now let's go this way, and we're looking for this guy, Bilbo Old. Where are you, Bilbo Old? It doesn't seem like he's here. Here he is. There we go. So this section is now officially cleared off. Let's find this campfire, change it to daytime, see if we can get these couple things out. Then the Shire itself will be mostly empty. Making good progress here. Making good progress.
In to feed the goats and they got the jump on me, ran off. They're crafty, I'll tell you. Farmer Maggot's gonna have me guts for garters if I don't get them back in his pens. Can you help rally them up for me?
Here we go. Quest begins. Where how many do I need to get?
Yeah!
I wonder.
Ride that goat! Woohoo!
So we're looking for goats. And I assume if we stay on the path we'll just run into goats. 5 seems like a little bit excessive. Seems a little too many. I would have been happy with having to do 3. And it seems like man, I wish I had these goats all the time. They've got some length on them. They jump far and they jump high. Still not great, but a lot better than anything else I've seen. Question is, where are the rest of the goats? Because it feels like this is just pointing me in the same direction. Come on, goats, where are you? Here's one. There we go. See, this is about as much as I was willing to go for on this gag, is to ride 3 goats back. But doing it 2 extra times is just redundant, and it's gonna take me even further in different directions at least. At least we're going a different way, I guess. But we're moving really far from the pen, just to have enough distance to run back to the pen. Oh, goats can't swim. Well, apparently they can tread water a little bit.
That's the way! Get them in those pens!
And then the final one is this direction. I will say it's to the credit of this game that they didn't bother to have us do things like this a lot. You could have tried to stretch out this game's length a significant amount of time. Oh, he's way up there. By just repetitive actions. So there's a something or other, must be right here. Yep. There we go. Go through here. Hop on. A little bit of a puzzle there at the end. Nothing wrong with that. Good game design, actually. Keeps it from being 100% stale. Come on. Gotta find that one angle in which you can come up.
That should be all of them. Cheeky beggars, lucky I don't turn them into goat burgers. Who could stay mad at those little faces? Here you go. A little something for your trouble.
Another mithril brick down. And something over here now. New quest. Hopefully it's not get more goats.
Those crows keep making a right mess of the crops. Not to point fingers, but I'm tempted to say my old scarecrow ain't cutting the mustard anymore. Sorry to say.
So this is a dress yourself up as a scarecrow quest, so we can ignore that for the time being. And we have one thing we can turn in over here and one thing we can't turn in over there.
We should trust food farmed by someone called Farmer Maggot.
It's just like in the wrong place or what? I have no idea. Maybe it's here.
If you're not too busy, could I trouble you
Mithril
to
dance
some
boots.
mithril dance boots? Don't tell her I said this.
Yes, we
But
haven't
my
gotten
wife
it
has
yet.
2 left feet, and those boots can supposedly turn anyone into an expert dancer. I have this watch set that can give you studs from fallen nasties as a reward.
See, yeah, that red brick is almost useless in this game. It'd be very useful in most LEGO games, but kind of pointless in this one. See, there's like a secondary red brick, the mouthy mallet, that I can't ever figure out what that thing is. Want that purple stud that's back behind there. How do I get to it though? There we go. Just turn this one in.
You got me a mithril stud spade. You little angel, thank you. Now I'll be rolling in studs as well as soil. And isn't that what every good hobbit aspires to?
So what is this red brick? Regenerate hearts for 100,000. I'll purchase it just to get it off the map. And we're looking for the mouthy mallet. It's supposed to be here. We've been here during daytime, we've been here during nighttime. And both times it doesn't want to appear. Which that means if that is really just a bugged out quest or something and we can't ever turn it in, then we're right back to where we were, I guess. It's just, it would be an impossible to get 100% done of the game. So I guess I need to just leave it alone for now and see if I can get the mithril dance boots going. And maybe once I get the mithril dance boots turned in, he'll give me some secondary red item quest or something, I don't know. But right now, best as I can tell, I've been all over this area. Doesn't seem like that's right. Here's a wish to catch a fish. That's new. Like, these red brick challenges, man. We're almost done for this recording, so this will be the last thing we do today. We've not gotten as much studs as I would have liked. We're still kind of far away from 4.5 million. And we've gotten a lot of mithril bricks, which is nice, but when we do these quests, we don't get any studs for doing them, just mithril bricks.
So why am I only hearing about this mithril fishing pole now? Supposedly it makes fishing an absolute doddle. I'm a bit tied up at the moment, so would you mind forging me one? Not for free, of course. There's a doodad.
Always gives you perfect fishing when you use the mithril fishing rod.
A mithril fishing pole? For little old me? Oh, that's awfully kind of you. What with this and the mithril stud spade you made me earlier, you've made my life an embarrassment of riches.
I can feel it in my bones.
So, interesting. Fast build for 100,000. So maybe then that goes back to that, but I don't know. And I'm not willing to check it out, really. We've got this item here, and this item there, and then some nighttime stuff. So I do probably need to, next time I come past this line, just fly to Weathertype at night. And still haven't found the entrance to that section. Everything seems to be mostly focused around nighttime. There are a few quests we could fly around and do, I guess in daytime, but most of the things want night. Interesting. We haven't found anything quite new yet. There's this quest. I think that quest requires a lot of studs, a lot of items to do. So I should probably take care of that after I do the next recording too. As far as it seems though, we're slowly making progress. We still have a lot of stuff. We need to do Rivendell desperately. Just run around it and get a bunch of things that... The fact that I'm constantly getting drawn to go to Bree and forge items never puts me very close to Rivendell, or if I do something over here, it's not close enough to Rivendell either. Here's another item to turn in. I figured there would have been another item or two to turn in. We're getting close to doing all the levels too, so I'm still really sticking to my thought that there may be 1 or 2 episodes after doing all the levels, but I doubt very many after that. We're at 67.9% done. We've got 63 of 98 of the characters unlocked, 122 of the 160 mini kits collected, 10 mithril bricks to use right now. We've got 29 of the 32 mithril designs done. We've gotten 11 of the 16 master burglars done. We have 13 of the 32 red bricks. We bought a couple here, like 3 I think. And we've collected 157 of 250 mithril bricks. So good progress. We're making good progress. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.